So I decided to make some more neon rainbow abstract pieces. I am cleaning up these frames I bought at Goodwill. Removed the old art that was on here. It was glued onto that, and I'm getting all that glue off. And I'm just painting over or putting a white base down before I paint. And I'm going to go ahead and spray paint my frames gold. They'll probably need touch up because I'm sure I'm going to make a mess and whatnot, but this is just an initial to get started. And I'm getting my first layer of neons and a few other colors by Daydream Apothecary. I've got a little bit of their graffiti pop colors in there too. And this first layer is mixed with alcohol. I want it to have more of an inky type look effect, so that's why I mix it with the alcohol instead of like Floetrol or water. So now I'm gonna let that dry, and then we'll go on to the next step tomorrow. Hey guys, day 2, and I'm back with the neon rainbow abstract pieces that I'm doing with the Daydream Apothecary paints. The first layer from yesterday that I had mixed with alcohol is all dry, and I'm putting a clear coat of countertop epoxy on there. Once this is cured, about 5-6 hours later, I can work on it again. Now it's not fully cured, but it's cured enough that it's not sticky when I touch it. I am taping off my frames so I don't get a bunch of paint on my frames. I'd like to keep those gold. I will have to repaint the gold frames, but that's fine. Anyways, getting to it, I'm mixing Gotham and Major Tom with Flood or Floetrol, and then I'm using like a little cardboard pan that I made to kind of pour it on there. And I kind of, layered it in that little pan, black, white, so we could kind of get a fun little pattern from it. Yeah, that's it. Now I let this dry. It has to be completely dry before I can add epoxy. Hey guys, it's day 3. I am back, and the black and white ribbons I had done yesterday have completely dried, and I'm doing my clear coat of epoxy over that. Doing these layers of clear coat in between each of my sets of colors is what really gives us a real 3-dimensional look. I let it cure for 5 hours, came back and started taping up the frames again. This is just to help with cleanup. And I'm mixing my 5 rainbow colors of the Daydream Apothecary paints and mixing it with the Flood and Floetrol, using that little pan again to lay those ribbons down, and then removing my tape. And now I just have to sit and let this dry, so I'll come back tomorrow. I will do another layer of epoxy. This time I will add gold. Then we will let that cure, and then I will do touch-up work on the frames, and then they'll be done. So yeah, I got about a day and a half or 2 days more of this, and they'll be finished. All right guys, it's day 4, and the rainbow ribbons I did yesterday are completely dry, and I've added just a touch of gold alcohol ink where when thick paint dries, it kind of gets those little cracks when it dries, and I fill those with gold alcohol ink. And then I'm topping with another layer of clear countertop epoxy, and I'm adding some gold alcohol ink again in that epoxy, and I'm spritzing it with 99% isopropyl alcohol to help spread it out, because I don't want it so thick you don't see everything underneath. It's just a highlight that we're adding on the very, very top. Again, just adding some more dimension and tying in the gold frame. So here's where we're at. The painting itself is pretty much done. We have to let this cure. Now I do need to let this cure all the way before I do my last little bit of touch up. What I'll do tomorrow is take these outside. I'll tape off the painting itself and repaint the frames, and then I'll probably also add maybe some dark wax. Hey guys, I'm back, and it's the last day, day 5. So all I have to do now is just to retouch up my frames and get them finished, and that's it. So I've taped up the actual painting so that I can re-spray paint and not worry about ruining the painting itself. Like I told you, I can be a little bit messy, and so yeah, the frames weren't perfect and needed to be repainted. So I get these painted, and then I peel off the plastic, and I'm going to use some black walnut furniture wax by Wise Owl, and I'm going to just kind of darken up that gold a little bit in the creases and anywhere there's a little bit of detail on those frames. And as you can see, like the frames vary greatly as to how much detail they have, so that also varies greatly in how much that wax kind of sits in there. But I love taking these old Goodwill pictures and recycling them and making them my own artwork. So here they are. Everything's all finished up. hanging on my wall. These are now listed in my Etsy shop. So I have them listed as a set, all three, or individually. So either some lucky person's gonna buy the set before somebody else buys just one, or maybe they'll all just go individually to somebody's home.